It is totally impossible that a group of politicians can control the climate of an entire planet. Only you and I, we, the consumers, can do so. Moreover, we can solve all the ecological crises that plague this planet, because we can adopt ways of living that keep nature in absolutely perfect condition. You can do so here. On the biosustainable side, you will read that you, the consumer, are financially rewarded for maintaining ways of living that keep nature in perfect condition by getting a discount on the purchase price of everything you buy. This discount is equal to 30% of the ecological value of everything you bought. This need to reward the consumer is based on three concepts. The sense of development. It is determined by the goal with which you spend your money. And as a good consumer in the present free market economy, I spend my money with this goal to consume more. This is, of course, no longer an option. Another concept is the principle of utilizing resources efficiently. The persons who earn the incomes should manage the costs that are covered by these incomes in order to achieve an optimum efficiency in utilizing resources. You and I, we the consumer, we also have a responsibility in the proper operation of the economy. We have to maintain ways of living that safeguard the integrity of nature for this and following generations. If you apply these concepts in practice, then there are a few consequences. The immediate consequences are that the socio-economic power will be split in the social power of income of the producer and the economic power of expense of the consumer. And with this economic power of expense, you will maintain ethical currency in society. Other consequences are the immigration from industrialized countries to non-industrialized ones. There will be a pacifying effect on wars and terrorism, and there will be a liberation of funds to maintain the integrity of nature. Because when you and I do our shopping on the biosustainable market, then we do not damage the environment any longer. Therefore, all the money which is currently spent to repair nature will become available to maintain the integrity. Now, there's just one consequence of not applying these three concepts, and that's Next Atlantis, but I'm sure you're not particularly interested in it. There is an appeal for producers to offer their merchandise in the biosustainable market. First of all, you can determine your sales price by incorporating the cost of giving the discounts in that sales price, because these costs are cost of production. Also, some immediate, long-term and medium-term interest to offer your merchandise on the biosustainable market. And when you do so, then you will create an ethical base for the economy. And when you exercise your social power there, then you create peace. There's also an appeal for children to register as consumers on the biosustainable market. I will read just one sentence on this page for you. You do not have the slightest chance, and I'm speaking to children now, of getting the age of your parents and grandparents as long as consuming more is the goal with which billions of consumers spend their money. Of course, I explain also on this page how they can prevent this miserable future from happening. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about us, then you push on that button and you see what our goals are, the publications I've made, the conferences I've attended, and how others perceive us. If you like what you have read, then go to invitation, and then you can register there as a consumer or as a producer. And you see that we already have consumers registered from Europe and from Africa. I trust that you're convinced of the soundness of the arguments presented on the Biosustainable site. In that case, I invite you to register as a consumer or as a producer as quickly as possible and with as many as possible. The moment there are enough of us, then mankind can begin to live in harmony with nature and survive on this planet. It is possible on the biosustainable market.